Okay, let's call this meeting of the Haysville Planning Commission to order. The first item of business is roll call.
Blood.
Here.
Plummer.
Here.
Rankin.
Here.
Azir.
Here.
Coleman.
Here.
Atkins.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Next item of business is the approval of minutes of September 22nd, 2022.
I have a correction on page 13. I think it should read, "There was no off-agenda items," and it reads 3.
Any other correction?
Page 11, the second paragraph, second sentence, Azir started should be stated.
Any other corrections? Any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
I second.
I have a motion and second to approve as corrected. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? Under new business, we have vacation of a portion of complete access control for, and that's a public hearing.
Correct.
Protect the rights of all parties involved, and in order create an opportunity for everyone to speak their opinions and present information, the Haysville Planning Commission follows a specific procedure in reaching a decision. A copy is available by the door. Your attention to this procedure is appreciated. I would entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
I second.
Motion and second to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? We are now formally open for the public hearing to consider the vacation request of the west 100 feet of platted access control to hydraulic court located on the north side of the property located on Lot 1, Block 2, Suncrest addition to the city of Haysville. Do any members of the Planning Commission have a conflict of interest in this case?
I do.
Please state what that is. And this-
I'm the previous owner.
Okay. As a previous owner, does that disqualify him?
He submitted the application.
Okay, fair enough. You may choose to speak as a member of the public if you wish to do so. Have any members received any written or electronic communications on this matter?
No.
Staff, please present.
Good evening. Before you is the staff report for the vacation request of property located at Lot 1, Block 2 of Suncrest Edition. The previous owner submitted the application and the property was just sold in September of this year. The new owner signed the dedication of access control and is aware of the application. The vacation request is for the west 100 feet of the platted access control to hydraulic court located on the north side of the property to allow a home to be built with access on the north side to match residential development. The Suncrest addition was platted in 1999 with the county, and due to the cost of providing water in this area, it was annexed by the city after it was platted and building had begun. This lot was originally set up to be commercial, but was annexed as residential, and the access control was never corrected on the east and south side of the lot. For this lot to be commercial, it would require sewer to be ran, and it is not feasible to run sewer for one lot. The lot has been vacant for development in this area since 1999. Utility companies were contacted and their comments are in the staff report below. The public hearing notice was published on September 22nd and mailed to area residents on the ownership list. The deed of dedication will add the complete access control on the east side of Hydraulic Avenue and the south side of 71st Street of Lot 1, Block 2 with this action. This was requested by city staff and recommended by Central County Public Works in their comments. Staff does not see any negative impact on the residents in the area and recommends approval of the vacation request. The owner is out of town and is unable to attend.
Any questions for staff?
Yeah, do you know how many homes they are going to build there, or they're gonna subdivide this?
Just the one home.
I mean, it's a big lot. Okay.
Any other questions for staff? The applicant is not present, is that correct? Okay.
He was planning to be, but he had a job that delayed him outside of town.
Do we have any, if the applicant was here, do we have any questions for the applicant?
No.
Okay. Now's the time for any member of the public to speak. Seeing no members of the public, unless Jeff, you have something to say.
No, I don't have anything.
No questions from the public, nothing to rebut. I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close.
I'll second that.
With a motion and second to close the public hearing, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Public comment is now closed for commission action, and the floor is open to commissioners' comments. So, for clarity, there wasn't a graphic showing the dimensions of the lot provided in our packet, so I had Jonathan print one out for me. But the north line that we're talking about is full length 240 feet, and we're vacating the west 100 feet of that. So we would still maintain access control for that first 140 feet, so that if cars are queuing up at hydraulic court, to get out, that would not block the driveway. I wouldn't expect for the small subdivision for that to be more than a couple cars at once, so that should be more than enough to cover it. The other questions I had was, in this provided dedication of access control, it's asking for the west 100 feet and giving up on the face of this document, the north 150 feet of lot 1, block 2 against hydraulic, and the west 100 feet of lot 1, block 2, Suncrest edition. And looking at the platted dimensions, that doesn't fully cover what is on that. So we need to amend this document and get a new one signed before we can approve it. I think we can approve it subject to that action, but it needs to be complete access control against both 71st Street and hydraulic. Everybody understand that part, or do I need to
I do.
break it down? It's not much. If you add the dimensions up, it's 100.52, and we're vacating 100, and 151.12, and we're vacating 150. But I don't want to leave any ambiguity in that. The intent is to make that complete access control, so I'd rather get the math right. Anybody else have any questions or discussion?
No.
And I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve subject to the changes.
A new dedication of access control that covers,
Yes. I was trying to think how to put that.
that's probably the correct way.
Yes.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and second to approve, subject to a new dedication of access control that makes complete access control along hydraulic and 71st Street. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? Just Jeff?
Just me.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Next item of business is the review of the capital improvement plan. You want to present that?
Sure. In your packet is the copy of the updated capital improvement plan for the city. The capital improvement plan is developed by city staff with direction from the mayor and city council. As we have stated with other plans, this is a component of the comprehensive plan and it's just here for your review.
So I don't believe we've looked at this for a couple of years, haven't gotten updated, so trying to get all the components of the comprehensive plan updated and reviewed this year, so.
So the first part of it is all of our existing debt. The back half of it is all of our proposed projects moving forward, right?
Yep.
I had
Kind
a
of goes through.
question about Sunset Fields wasn't in there that I saw, and I can't remember how that was funded, but that should have been 2021, maybe?
Pavement,
Yeah.
Sidewalk. I should have known you were gonna catch something that I didn't know the answer to.
Sorry.
I can check on that.
Yeah, that's fine. This is just informational for us. I was just curious, and it may be funded a different way. I just expected to see here and didn't find it.
Right now, I'm blank on remembering that, but I can find that out and,
Okay.
We're asking about Sunset Fields, like the new sidewalk?
No, the
No,
Sunset
the
Fields, we
fields.
paved, it was one of the last neighborhoods with dirt streets. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
paved that last year. I think it wrapped up in, was it spring or?
We were talking about on the
Yeah, it was this year, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful project, if I do say so myself. I was just curious why it wasn't here. And if you look at the upcoming projects, it kind of gives you an idea of where the city's heading and what projects we could hopefully expect in the next few years.
Looks like most of it is infrastructure maintenance.
And we've got some design for some sidewalks, it looks like, merging BZA design that's currently
Mhm.
going on.
Yeah.
And then Connecticut Ward's 4th edition, was that up by 60? I don't know which one that is.
63rd, between Broadway and City.
yeah, we talked about that with the bicycle and pedestrian plan
Yeah.
for that connection, because we mentioned the railroad,
Yeah.
the engineering.
And that, it's by their baseball fields.
Right, it'll go around, it'll connect at Seneca, come across the big ditch, come all the way up to 63rd Street, turn the corner on the south side of 63rd, following Sunset Fields around that corner, go over the railroad tracks, and then into the ball fields. And then there's another project after that, somewhere in here, that picks it up there and should take it all the way out to Broadway to make that full connection.
When is that pool replacement study supposed to be done? Do you know?
Which one? What are you?
Very
sorry.
first project, 22.
I don't think I've heard much about that.
Sorry, I was looking for Sunset Fields to try to answer that question. What
Sorry.
page you on?
Page 9, it's the first.
Oh, the pool replacement study, that's actually, they have started on that this year. They're actually have been working on that. That was approved in the last 2 to 3 months, probably 2 months, now that we're meeting once a month, so.
Is it supposed to be done this year?
No, this is just looking at what we should do. The pool is
Yeah, the study.
over the 25 year, it's right at 26, I think, years old. So they're looking at what we should do, replace it, build a new one.
Still hold water, right?
repair- Yes.
Right.
So,
What more do you need?
I know that they originally designed it, I think, to be able to expand into something else on the other side, right? I don't know. I thought they kind of,
I don't remember.
I don't remember much about it.
are you talking about to the north or to the south?
I think it was to the north, wasn't it? I don't know.
So that's part of with the pool study that they'll look at, indoor, outdoor pool, what they'll do. I haven't been involved with that process. I know it's ongoing and they're looking at it and then information will be presented, so we'll probably.
Possibly connecting to the activity center.
I know that's something they're looking at, or a separate building. I don't know if it will actually connect since, that building wasn't really set up to be an indoor pool, so it would probably be something separate, just for filtration system and everything, so.
Any other questions or discussion? Then we will move on. The review of the comprehensive plan, sorry.
This is the first review of the comprehensive plan. We are currently talking to outside companies to complete this updated in 2023. Due to this, we are only suggesting minor changes this year, such as population updates, adding new parks, referencing updated plans, and addressing items that have been completed. This plan was originally developed to guide the city for the year 2020. While some references are made to the year 2035, a complete update with public involved in the process has not been taken place since 2006. It is required by state statute to review this yearly. Staff is recommending a thorough update for 2023 to ensure the plan represents the current visions of Haysville's future. If you have any suggestions, please let me know so they can be presented at the public hearing on Thursday, November 10th.
Page 13, the D21 study was recently completed in the area around Meridian.
So we're at a meeting on this again today, kind of have a better idea of what we're gonna, some phases that we're gonna work on for this. This is something we were about to start in 2020 and then COVID and kind of,
So staff did this in 16, right?
I believe so,
I
I
think
wasn't
so.
involved in that process, but.
Well, I think we helped too, but it was the last overhaul, and it hasn't, '06 was probably the first time it was really in-depth looked at, right? And
Yeah, and from what I've talked from different companies and everything, it doesn't entail quite the public hearings and everything like it used to, and that's just probably because of the change in technology, social media, and how you can do surveys and everything. So we'll probably look at some type of input from the community through online surveys, paper form, stuff like that, do a possible public meeting, and then using that data, we may have 1 or 2 meetings, workshops with like city council and planning commission together to work where we want development to go. And I think this should help with some of the zone changes, because it should tie in with our land use map and
Right.
where that's going to go, and even using that Meridian corridor study. So this process should be a little bit easier when someone comes with a development and we want to change this. Oh yes, this is what we're looking at, this is what we wanted to do. That's my
yeah,
goal.
and I think that'll start the conversation about how much diversity in housing we want to.
Yes.
You know, we've had a lot of duplexes come through, and some of them have been more popular than others, but I think that's the way that a lot of the residential development is going. And if that's something that we want, maybe we find a spot for it that is a little more agreeable instead of whatever open parcels are in town. We set aside something, maybe along Meridian or somewhere along the expanded west side, that we can have that in there and then have a buffer between that and whatever single-family residential's next to it. That can all be part of that conversation, so.
Yep. So changes that I'm gonna be looking at is just some of the verbiage in here of getting this updated. We do have to review it yearly by state statute, so the changes for this public hearing will probably be minimal. And then this next year is, I'm hoping to get started on some of it this year, maybe. Time seems to be going really quickly since you hit October, but that's the plan.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be looked at a deep level. Any other discussion?
So the public hearing will be set for November 10th.
For the comp plan?
Yes.
Okay. Excited about another public hearing. We can take special order of business off here, right? That's a
Correct.
holdover. There's no old business,
None.
no correspondence? Any off agenda?
You asked me, so let's see, from July 12th of 2021, Project Sunset Fields is probably paid out of the following funds: stormwater 70,000, street sales tax 930,000, street materials 40, savings from North Main 121,000, and capital improvements cash flow for street maintenance.
So we didn't
70,000.
bond it, we just paid for it with cash.
Right.
Thank you for that, I appreciate it.
Thought that, but I wasn't sure, I had to find it.
So would now be a good time to ask about how the council meeting went?
I was just gonna, I
Yeah.
watched it.
So,
Off
council
agenda's a good
meeting
place.
Monday, we had all 3 of the last zone change, Wheatland addition, which is the duplexes and the single family on the west side of Meridian, was approved. So that one will move forward. The other one that you guys sent that was denied, council did agree with that, and so it was denied. We have talked to that property owner. I believe they are going to try to sell it. In talks with them, I guess there is those 3 parcels there, just so everybody knows, because I think it's came up in conversation. They were only, they only wanted to sell the south one, they didn't want to sell the other 2. So council has directed me to look into that, to see about looking at that protective overlay or zone change, so that'll be something we will look at. I'll have to contact the owners. The third one, Beauties and Beasts, was approved.
Okay. Any other off agenda?
I do. Pride's Beer Rocks sales, the pickup is this weekend. So if you ordered Beer Rocks from the Pride, you need to get over to Haysville Middle School and pick them up on Saturday. And trick or treat on Main Street will be October 31st from 4 to 6, and it begins at the Vickers Station.
Thank you, Deb. Any other off agenda? Item 9.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
I have a motion and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you, everybody.
Wow,